We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. And
big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad being pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted.
we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Giants. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check 50, check 50.
This is Corey Clement, the third-year back from Wisconsin. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
On play action, Haskins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And he's going to go down again. Dalvin Tomlinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Out to the left here to Reed. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Got it. 18 Watch the screen. Hey, Mike 50, hey. Wahoo. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen. It'll go as he'll drop him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Reuben Foster providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. The Redskins have Greg Stroman back deep. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They run out of the gun with Clement. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Check 26, check 26.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready?
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. It's brought in by Doxson.
Get ready, get ready.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Exit, exit.
First and 10 at the 45.
They go play action now. Haskins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A 7-yard.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Push him back. Push him back. 52.
Here's Haskins to throw. That'll be caught right side by Reed. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
A first down run. Good. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On second down, Clement able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Play action. Haskins. Smith catches left side. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
The throw right sideline here is complete. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A run, it's Clement. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
They go play action with Haskins. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Clement. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7th. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Alpha. 5.
From the 31, Jones. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 50 yards.
Here we go.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Get it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Haskins now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. The 20, 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Washington. Smith, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught. He got it in the end zone. So instead of trying to get 1 point closer, they roll the dice on the fake and come up with 2. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. A little juke. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it's going to be second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing Jones. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards. First down, New York.
Here we go. Hey, Delta, 50, plant.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Check. 50.
On 1st and 10, Jones airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be caught, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Oh, this is blocked. And the Redskins have it, but he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Matchbox lights. Under 10, 10. Watch the safety creep. Big grip.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Over the middle to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Haskins now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Here we go, set, 60 Pittsburgh.
Looking to throw. Jones. And Tate's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a 1st down. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Reuben Foster able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Go! 51 on my boy, 51. You can't block me. You can't block me. 51, let's go. 51.
Jones now operating from the gun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Go. Hey, go. Nice, sweetheart. Hey, exit. Ready?
Jones to throw again. And this one's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down. Jones now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Calvin Ridley with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Clement, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, there's a little bit nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on 1st down, Haskins going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now it's Haskins. Completes it right side to Dodson. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in grooming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Calvin Ridley, 33 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, the win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did, huh?
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I had it. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick then he with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
watch out, I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, 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 car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the prison. But any